Officially official on a Tuesday afternoon, the Raiders are now considering shopping wide receiver, superstar wide receiver Davante Adams, and he is definitely signing out of Las Vegas. I am Rio Robinson. This is Rambling About Washington. This video and all videos this season will be powered by BetUS Sportsbook and Casino, where it all begins. Home of the fastest payouts in the industry. Promo code YouTube150 on your first deposit. That's a 150% match bonus, 125% on your next two. If you're going to do it, bet responsibly and bet on BetUS Sportsbook and Casino. Let's put our thinking caps on and let's speak objectively as possible. Superstar elite 31-year-old receiver Davante Adams is currently ready to sign out of playing for a dumpster fire quarterback-led Las Vegas Raiders football team. Doesn't want to be there anymore. And as soon as I seen that he pulled up with a hamstring last week, I said, no, that doesn't sound like injury to me. That sounds like scheming, plotting, Game of Thrones type theatrics, because he wants out of Las Vegas. So the question lies, should the Washington Commanders get in on the Davante Adams sweepstakes? And the answer should be a resounding abso-fucking-lutely. They should at minimum, call around and check on the price, because I'm looking at this through a few lenses. Number one, you do all that you can to maximize the rookie contract of Jayden Daniels. You know, the hottest quarterback in the league, the NFL's newest hot shit, Jayden Daniels. You do everything you can to build around that. I'm looking at Davante Adams' contract. It was a 5-year, $140 million deal, average salary of $28 million. Guaranteed at signing, a little bit over $22.8. But I'm looking at him over the next couple seasons. He only is getting paid $16.9 million this year with a $3 million signing bonus. That ups to $35 million next year and $35 million in 2026. You know who has the money to take on a contract like that? Your Washington Commanders. And somebody's going to say, but Rio, we're 3-1. We don't. Exactly. Light bulb, that's the idea. You're winning football games with one adequate receiver on your roster right now. Our current receivers look like Terry McLaurin, who has 19 catches for 191. Our second leading receiver is a tight end, Zach Ertz, 15 for 150. Our third leading receiver is our running back too, Austin Eckler, 9 catches, 121 yards. So our number 2 receiver is Olamide Zaccheaus with 12 for 114. Noah Brown, 10 for 111. McCaffrey, 7 for 79. That sounds like a smorgasbord of we don't have enough at receiver, but we're making things work. But hear me out. You know how much better a guy like Terry McLaurin, Noah Brown, Olamide Zaccheaus, you know how much better they are if you throw Davante Adams opposite Terry in this offense? There is no more double coverage. There's no bracket coverage. You got to defend all of these guys. That takes our wide receiver room from being a weakness to the absolute strength of the roster. And why not give Jayden Daniels everything in the world? He has already shown you through a month of football that given EBT-like weapons, he can still make shit happen. He can go make caviar with scraps. You throw a fucking sports car like Davante Adams on this roster for 2 years. Nothing crazy. This season and next season, figure out your life from there. You maximize the rookie contract, because the most important thing you can have in this league is a quarterback on a rookie deal before he's taken up 60% of the team's salary cap until they change the rules so quarterbacks don't count against the cap anymore. But you have to attack success. Everybody wanted to be this year's Houston. Everybody wanted Jayden Daniels to be this year's CJ Stroud. You know what the Houston Texans did this offseason? They not only paid Nico Collins to be the man, the number one, the myth, the legend over there in Houston, they traded for Stephon Diggs, a diva receiver, a bona fide superstar hitting his 30s, hitting the latter half of his career, because good teams attack success. We're not good yet. We're good right now, but adding a player of this caliber, there's no negative aspects to it. And let me briefly address this, because there are people out of their rabbit ass mind and will say, but Tay Adams said that we're a miserable fan base and the city sucks. And he said that, okay, we are a pretty miserable fan base starving for a winner. He was being honest in a conversation. He never said the words, I wouldn't play for Washington. I seen Tay Adams after the Cincinnati game gushing about Jaden Daniels talking to Kay Adams. And I seen Kay Adams interview him again today, and he said, I'm going to control what I'm going to control. He had no mention of the Las Vegas Raiders. He pretty much threw the deuces up. I'll catch y'all when I catch y'all. He said he's had no contact from the Las Vegas Raiders. And embarrassingly enough, Antonio Pierce liked a post yesterday about the Raiders trading Davante Adams. That's why I don't need my coach on social media. We should have knew when Ron was on social media, it was never going to work here. But let's keep the main thing and stay on topic. Should the Washington Commanders submit an offer for Davante Adams? Absolutely. They should at least, at minimum, be in the mix. They should be calling around. They should be checking on Higgins. They should be checking on Adams. They should be checking on Amari Cooper. All of the above. Yes, 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 because it's what good teams do. Even when they don't necessarily want a player, their name's in the conversation. Make sure y'all give us a call before you trade them so we can have a talk. Hey, yo, it's Adam Peters. I'm just letting you know, before y'all trade them, let us know, because we're having conversations internally. Because that's what good teams do. And that's how good teams operate. There's a team who needs a receiver more than every team in the league right now. And that team is the rival of the Las Vegas Raiders, the Kansas City Chiefs. They're down Rashee Rice and Hollywood Brown for the duration of the regular season. The Raiders are not going to trade Davante Adams to Kansas City. That is their number one op. You're not giving a star player to your rival. That's how I told the Eagles fans when we traded Dotson to them. If this nigga was still playing like a first rounder, he would not be getting shipped off to you right now, point blank, period. But, man, we should at least be in the mix. Are we going to get Davante Adams? Probably not. He probably goes to some thirsty team who desperately needs a receiver. But I still think we need to add to that receiver room. I think we should maximize Jaden Daniels' rookie contract. And I think while our defense figures its life out, we should do everything we can to give this quarterback every ingredient to dominate, to progress, and to develop earlier than scheduled. Houston Texans are my example, baby. They added Tank Dell. They got Nico Collins playing ball, and they paid him. And what did they do this offseason? They made a trade for Stephon Diggs, and they're right back on schedule kicking ass in 2024. I'm not calling us the Houston Texans. We're the Washington Commanders. We want to be ourselves, and Jaden Daniels is not the next of anybody. He's the first of his own name, first of his house. Talk to him nice. We should, at minimum, be in conversation and probably should submit an offer to the Las Vegas Raiders. Let me tell you why. As the Raiders, your preference when you trade a player of this caliber is to get him the fuck out as far away as possible. Get him out of the division, get him out of the conference. So Washington automatically spikes up that list if they're interested. I imagine teams like Dallas and the New York Giants will be in this conversation as well. But Davante Adams gotta play ball too. Davante Adams, I imagine, has a say. I know his preference is to play with Aaron Rodgers, but that's another reason why he cannot stomach playing for Gardner Minshew and Aiden O'Connell and Wash Jimmy G and the revolving door of mid to ass quarterback room they've been since he got to the Raiders post Derek Carr. So I totally understand when star players use their power and leverage to find a new destination for themselves. Go watch the way Tay Adams talked about Jaden Daniels on K Adams show last week. Go look at the way Tay Adams responded to questions about the Raiders today. He is so fucking out of Vegas. I'm sorry, Graf. Hey, my boy Graf, who does the Oak Las Vegas network, we're going to have to link for an emergency impromptu stream if Washington was for some reason to trade for Tay Adams. But that boy don't want to be a Raider no more. And I feel him. I wouldn't want to be one either. And why not come to the hottest young quarterback in the league? Y'all trying to be Houston East? Y'all trying to be the NFC Texans? Go ahead and send Tay Adams down and have a wide receiving core of Tay Adams and Terry McLaurin on the outside. Luke McCaffrey and Olamide Zaccheaus in the slot, Noah Brown and De'Ami Brown to close out the room. It all of a sudden goes from looking minimal to being one of the best wide receiver rooms in this league. You know, like the Bears thought they were doing when they added Rome Odunze and Keenan Allen for Caleb Williams, but Tay Adams is still significantly better than every player I just named. So Washington should very well be in the mix, in the conversation for Davante Adams. I don't know what the trade compensation is going to consist of for this guy, but I would like to know that Adam Peters is at least exhausting all options. I know we have needs at other positions. I know people are going to pull names out of a hat. I want this corner. I want that corner. The thing is, most of those guys do not become available, and we're talking about the guys whose names are actually available, and the biggest name on that list right now is 31-year-old wide receiver Davante Adams. We have a lot of youth on this roster. It's a youth infusion and a new direction this team is headed in. We can use some veterans to add to the mix, especially veterans of this caliber. This locker room can handle a diva wide receiver, especially a hard worker and absolute baller like Tay Adams. You are out your rabbit ass mind if you don't think Washington should at least make the phone call. Do not be content or complacent with early success. We want more success this season. So why not at least make the phone call? Adam Peters, Chef Peters, whatever you do, I'm with you, my guy. Keep cooking this thing up. 3-1 Washington Commanders should be in the conversation for Davante Adams. Let me know what you think in the comments below. That's all I got for right now. Until next time, this show is brought to you and powered by BetUS Sportsbook and Casino. You're going to make some money this season. Do it where it all begins. Home of the 150% sign-up bonus on your first deposit. 125% on your next two for up to $2,000. Fastest payouts in the industry. Bet responsibly and do it with BetUS Sportsbook and Casino. Until next time, Commander Rio out.